Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be talking about why charms are so important. So on my main account we have gotten from rank 12 to rank 3 in the Immortal squad, and all we have done is we've improved the charms on the key damage dealer heroes, and this is why it is so important to do that. We have boosted our score from 102 billion to now 107 billion damage by basically just changing charms, and I'm going to show you the team formation. I don't even have Hodgkin. Hodgkin is considered even better in the team number 2, and in team number 1 we only have a Supreme Taylene. We don't even have her at Supreme Plus, so this is really showing you that with good charms, Supreme Plus Taylene not really needed, and even Hodgkin not really needed in order to get a really good score. So here's the team formation. This is the overall top performing team from before we found out about the Scarlita team, and I don't even know if the Scarlita team is actually considered better than this team. Both people are getting top scores with both of them. I think it kind of depends on your account. But this team, now with the Arcane spell rather than the Verdant spell, is what is being run. And Viperion, either Sorcery Charms or Insight Charms. I feel like Sorcery Charms are better because it gives you more damage. Taylene, Blast Charms, and refine them because she is your hard-hitting damage dealer. Even if you have her at 1 copy, make her charms a priority because she is still going to be one of your hardest-hitting damage dealers, even at 1 copy. Thorin is going to be just a complete mythic set, and then Ludovic on the Insight Charms, refined for Dream Realm. Nero on a Rainbow kind of complete mythic set. Okay, what I've done here, for Igor, we have given him Titanic Charms. Now, the important thing is whoever is going to be your sacrifice, here it's Igor, if it's Hodgkin, whatever it is, you want them to have as much attack as possible, because then your prime carriers are going to gain a percentage of that attack. So I went for a charm option on Igor that gave him attack, like Titanic Charms, and it also gives you crit. I don't know how much that actually matters. We gave the best charms to Cecia, which are the Gale Charms, and for Carolina, we gave her the Arcane Charms, and we refined them, because Carolina is one of the hardest hitting damage dealers in Ravaged Realm. Like, obviously not as much of a priority as Taylene. Taylene does more than her, but Carolina does a lot on her own. And even, like, refining Cecia Charms wouldn't be a bad option. Look at her damage output in this fight with the resonating spell. So basically, this has allowed me, just by optimizing the charms kind of some of these heroes, it is giving me a 5 billion damage boost. And I think you guys are already aware that the charms really matter a lot. But this was without even changing Taylene Charms. Imagine if I didn't even have like Taylene Charms, gave her Blast, refined them, it would be an even bigger boost. Okay, so we'll take a look at the replay. What I'm really interested about in this team is that Viperion is dealing almost 12 billion damage on his own. And I wonder, like, watch his HP. Because the only advantage of giving him Insight Charms is because it gives him some HP percent. If he's not having any issue surviving, then Sorcery Charms should always be considered better, because it gives him ultimate power and skill power, whereas Insight only gives skill power and then health. And Thorin is soul pacting the Viperion. That should be enough to protect him. Yeah, and with the Arcane spell, this team is doing the best for people rather than Verdant. But for me, I have, like, on the other account when I was testing it, they seemed to get around about the same score, Verdant and Arcane, but maybe it was based on RNG, and overall Arcane is doing better for people on team number 1. Also, this is a much more free-to-play friendly team because it isn't using Scarlita, it's only using Taylene. The Scarlita team did seem good, but I think it is around about the same level as this team. I don't think it is way better or maybe even better than this team. Because even Splash, my guildmate, he ran this same team, but he ran Hodgkin on team 2. He got 119 billion, which is huge. So we got 60.8 billion damage on team number 1. Now we're going to take a look at replay of team number 2, and then we're going to show you Splash, his team, and the charms that he has with Hodgkin on team number 2, because he basically got 12 billion higher than me. But of course, he has like max level investment into his heroes. But yeah, it's really interesting when the charms have so much of an impact. But what I hope for in the future is that they change the charm sweeping system. The sweeping system is too much related to RNG. Even when you're choosing a hero and you're choosing a slot, when there are 5 different charms you could be receiving, it is really difficult to it's really difficult to get what you're looking for, and like sometimes you can make your smartest decisions and never end up with even one of the charms you want, which is rough. Like then you basically can only rely on crafting, which is also good. Like we have enough materials to craft a lot of charms, but yeah, I wish there was some other way to reduce the RNG. Okay, yeah, I mean Igor dies towards the end, but that is fine because he isn't a main damage outputter. And look at that, both of them survive with barely any health right until the end. That was probably the dream run. Okay, now we look at Splash. He has gotten 119 billion. Okay, he has sent to me the Immortal squad. Here we have it. We have Niru, Ludovic on the inside, Thorin on the blast charms, although like Thorin's damage is low, that is not a priority. Talene on blast, and then Viperion on sorcery. What is really interesting, even with this much higher level of investment, even the Supreme plus Talene, it didn't deal that much more damage than our Team 1. They did around about the same, but I think his Team 2 is, yeah, gonna carry. Look at the Hodgkin. Rather than my Igor dealing 5 billion, his Hodgkin is dealing 10 billion. Hodgkin is a pretty big upgrade. He has a Blast onto Hodgkin, Gale onto Cecia, and then the Arcane onto Carolina. Really interesting, though, that it really is just the Team number 2. Hodgkin is a pretty big MVP, I think, for this Immortal squad. Instead of Igor, you can try Salazar if you don't have him, for example, or you can try Sylvina. People have run with both and they do fine, but for me in my testing it seemed like Igor was doing the best. I don't really know why. Maybe he like tanks out for your team a little bit better. I'm kind of not really sure. Yeah, but I think what happens is when you get, like, no matter how high your level of investment is, when you get to around 60 billion damage, the boss becomes so tanky that you can't really increase your damage by much. Like, we have 37 seconds left here, but I doubt we're going to get even up to 64 billion. I think that would be really difficult to do. Maybe we can do it. Like, I mean, if anyone can do it, it is Flash with his crazy account. So yeah, Nero and Thorin charms do not really matter. You just want to get the mythic quality bonus, the attack buff for your ally behind Nero, and you want... Well, actually, that doesn't even matter because you're not even using that. So yeah, you don't even need Nero charms at all, but Thorin charms you want because he increases the damage. Okay, 65.6 billion. Really, like, that is an amazing score for team number 1. Yeah, I thought we wouldn't even be able to get up to 64 billion, but we did. And Hodgkin is doing well here. I guess because of his 2 summons, they help. I wonder how good Hodgkin is going to be for Plague Creeper. The thing is, I feel like he could potentially be used, but the thing is, there's so many good heroes, and Harak is probably just going to solo everything on his own, that he won't need another AoE damage dealer. And then you'll just want food. But Hodgkin provides food, right? Like, can't these summons be devoured by the Harak? I wonder. Or would they contribute anything? Because that is the other problem. If you devour a hero that doesn't actually have high attack stat, then you're not gaining that much value from that devour. Okay, so 44 billion. But yeah, anyway, this is like the overall limit. Like, I have not seen anyone get 119 above 119 billion damage today. So even the fact that we got 107 billion with Supreme Talene without having Hodgkin, I think is pretty impressive. And if we had Hodgkin on team number 2, I think we would be up to 110 billion, even with the Supreme Talene. But this really proves that Talene can be left at Supreme. You do not need to take her to Supreme Plus, and especially now because there's going to be so many more Celestial Hypogeans added. Already we have Harak, who's come out. Basically, we just can't afford the luxury of taking Talene to Supreme Plus, if at all, even to Supreme. Like, the only reason I have her here is because I built her throughout the season before Harak came out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even gone for it. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just wanted to update you on our big ranking boost and the charms. But thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.